And one of the features of being in PERS Medical that's important to keep in mind is that the state law requires that whatever amount is being paid on behalf of employees, medical contribution, must also be available to what they call annuitants, retirees. And that is a state law requirement that there be parity, an equal contribution amount between the employee amount and the annuitant amount. Let me make a clarification before you ask your question on that. There is a scenario that I can envision where that issue about vested retirement benefits becomes an issue for the district if we are transitioning or hiring employees who are in PERS now. And if we're going to stay in PERS and they're in PERS, then there's going to be the question of what benefits they take. There's going to be the question of how those two pieces come together.
And Mr. President, before Director Burke addresses his item, I wonder if you'd give me a moment to speak to Director Adele's recusal.
Yes.
I know Director Adele has taken some criticism in the press, and we've had one speaker who addressed the action that was taken in July of last year. So I've spoken to some of the board members about this, and so I wanted to make sure you all have the same level of information, and the public was aware of this as well. When the board considered the salary and benefits resolution in July last summer, you were setting rates for new employees, if indeed the standalone department moves forward and you hire those employees. In taking that action, unbeknownst to either Mr. Bolanos or myself, the equal contribution rule was triggered. We did not understand that because you don't have current employees, and so we know that if you had employees now, those employees plus your retirees would have to be given the same medical benefits. Because you don't have current employees, neither one of us understood the equal contribution rule. And so we did not give advice to Director Riddell that he would need to recuse. And I really want the board to understand that and the public to understand that. Because Director Riddell has been meticulous in his recusals through the years whenever retiree issues were raised. Once we became aware of the equal contribution rule, we began conversations with PERS to see if there's any exception to that. Their initial response back to us is no. It takes a very long time to get a definitive answer from PERS, but their initial answer is no. So having been given that information, I spoke with Director Riddell and told him that there would need to be something done about the resolution in July, and that on a go-forward basis, he should not participate if you are considering anything that would affect him as a retiree, now that we understand the equal contribution rule.